Yeah, we're living in a weird time for cinema. And it's a stacked deck, you know. You have to be able to pay all the gatekeepers to be able to sort of get your animal through over all the hurdles and through the hoops and put your baby in the prime position. It's very difficult to get screens and all that stuff now. It's a whole different world.
A lot of people approach their movies and their art as if it's very important, and it's going to change the world. And certainly, if that's what drives someone, that's terrific. It's not what I do. So I don't think that my movies are important. I want them to be good. I want them to be emotionally engaging, and I wish more people were making things that were morally ambiguous, that let the characters breathe, that didn't spoon feed you everything with music or very obvious, these are the good guys, these are the bad guys.
And his inspiration comes from within, and he makes these movies first and foremost for himself. And while you might think, well, that sounds really selfish, it's actually not. Because when you as a filmmaker decide to follow your singular vision, and you're only concerned about whether you like the movie or not, the authenticity comes out in the film and the audience feels it, and then it's a really great film.
Movies were considered a grown-up entertainment for a long time, and I think movie-going in general now is such a commercially driven thing that we've seen adults get chased back into their homes. Adults now are expected to stay home and find their entertainment on television, and it's become far more the medium for smart drama and experimentation and things like that. And it's a shame. It's a shame that we've ceded that group experience.
All right, well, that's always the hard thing. Like, how do you create something with original thought and then find a way to put it out there in a system that is, especially nowadays with going to films and stuff where they're far more risk adverse.
Everyone's afraid to sort of step out there. I mean, hey, quite frankly, there's real fear attached to that, and I'll pay that. I mean, you could lose your dough, and it's an investment that you're making, and it may not come back. So I understand the reticence to sort of like do adult films. I mean, given that your audience is mostly like 15 years old.
But there is a darkness that Mel Gibson has always willingly embraced in his work. And I think it became more pronounced once he became a writer-director and you were able to clearly see what he was drawn to. Mel's never been afraid of moral complexity. He's never been afraid of the gray. He's never been afraid of delving into that.
But, you know, even when something doesn't do well, if it's good, people will eventually find it. And it will kind of get the recognition it deserves for being like a little gem. They go, you know, that was really good. I've seen films like that. You see them all the time. You go, why didn't anyone notice this? You know, it's pretty interesting. There's some really great films out there.